Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first video, so I really appreciate that you're being here and watching my video. So if you like it, please like my video and subscribe my channel to support me to make more video in the future. And today I'm going to show you how to transform my old shirt like this into a very nice Offshouldertop like this. And we have another way to wear. Ta-da! It's very nice, right? And the way to make it very easy, I will show you step by step. And I think you can do it by yourself after this video. So let's get started, but after my little intro video. Okay, this is the old shirt I bought about 2 years ago at a flea market in Ho Chi Minh City. I really like the color but don't like the style or the form of the shirt, especially is the sleeves. It makes me feel uncomfortable when I wear it. So today I decided to refashion it. Firstly, I have an idea for the shirt and I sketch the shirt I will transform. Then I finish. Then I pin this drawing on my memo board. It's so good! And now it's time for measurement. I'm taking my elastic and measuring it around my shoulders. Pull it a little tight. Make sure that the length is enough. Fit your shoulders and you feel comfortable with it. Then add an extra 2 centimeters to your measurement and cut it with the scissors. Then, similarly, I'm measuring my waist by the elastic. Next, I'm measuring the length of the shirt by this measuring tape from under my neck to my waist. And I have the length is 27 centimeters, as you can see. Then I'm measuring my shoulders and the length is 41 centimeters. Actually, you can ignore this step. It doesn't matter because I just do it to make sure that the body width of the shirt I will cut later on won't be shorter than the width I need. Just do by the way you like, it's up to you. Next, I'm measuring the length of the sleeves and is 28 centimeters. Finally, I'm measuring my wrist width and is 22 centimeters. Next, I'm using a seam ripper to remove the front pocket of the shirt. You should try to make no holes. Be careful. It takes a lot of time. And then take the pocket. Oh my gosh, I fell. There's so many holes on the shirt. But don't worry, you can scratch lightly on the surface of the fabric to make it better. Next, I will determine where I would like to cut on the shirt. I'm using the ruler and tailor stroke to draw a straight line on the bottom of the shirt. And then I'm measuring the width of the elastic to add to the length of the shirt. I added 2.5 times the width of the elastic at the top and the bottom of the shirt because I need to lift the seam allowance. Then mark it. I'm measuring the length of the shirt, and I have some points on the shirt. Then I connect this point. I get a straight line on the top of the shirt. Next, from one side of the shirt, I draw a straight line and do the same thing on another side. And now we have a rectangular like this. Then mark it with some pins. Take the scissors and cut along the lines I mark. Then fold the shirt in half. I use my pattern to draw a curved line to attach the sleeves later on. And after that, I cut the sleeves. Because of the smart sleeves, I decided to loosen them up by sewing extra fabric on it. I'm using the extra fabric, and I'm measuring the sleeve length and measuring the width as wide as I could. Then I mark it and cut it out. As you can see, if I sew them, the sleeves will be a bit wider. And do the same thing, and I have another extra fabric. Then I need to make curves to attach to the sleeves with the length equal to the wrist wide I measured before. And the width is customizable, it's up to you. Then mark and cut it out. After all, I have some pieces. And now, I'm going to take this to the sewing machine to sew them together. I'm cutting the sleeves out so that I can sew the extra fabric to extend the width of the sleeves. Next, after the right sides of the shirt are touching each other, I'm going to sew the edges together with a straight stitch. Obviously, do it on both sides. Then, sew the extra fabric with the sleeves. As you can see, my sleeves are bigger. The shirt is inside out, but now I need to flip it right side up. So now it's time to sew the sleeves to the shirt. You have to sew it right side together, match the armpit to the armpit. The tip is using some pins to hold them together, make it easier to sew. Then, just sew them together. After I finish with my sewing, I will overlock the raw edges to prevent them from fraying. Now, I turn my shirt inside out and cover the raw edges. Then I'm going to fold down the edge of the shirt to create a casing for elastic. I use the pin to hold my folding. You can do the same as me. Then I will sew it. But remember to keep the small unsewed space to put the elastic inside, then close it after that. I'm taking my elastic at one end of your elastic. I recommend you use a safety pin to anchor it, but because I don't have one, so that I use a hairpin instead. Then you're going to insert it into the opening of your shirt. Make sure to not let the outer end of your elastic slip inside the shirt by using a pin like me. You want to hold it so that way you can pull out the outer end of your elastic and you can have two ends together. Then overlap the two ends by 2 centimeters, and then now I'm going to sew this. Then I'm going to sew over the opening. And now it's time to make your curves. Make a loose seam at the fabric foot and do the same way as me. Next, I would like to introduce to all of you my name tag, Alittlevintage. It's my name shop, but my shop is no longer in business because I need to focus on my main shop in the bank. I just take one tag and sew it on the top of the shirt on the inside. And you need to sew it at the center of the shirt. You can do it like me to determine the center and mark it with a pin. Then, just sew the tag with the shirt. And finally, we have a nice shirt. And now, let's take a look at our result.